Hey everybody, I'm Amy.
I'm Dan.
And we are the Hustle Couple coming at you today with a daily grind on a Monday.
That's right. Monday number 2 in the Daily Grind series.
Yes!
Yes!
Thanks for all the great feedback. It's been so helpful.
It really, really has.
If you have anything else you want to contribute to this format, leave it down below.
Yes. So basically what we're doing in these, if you are new here, first of all, welcome. And second of all, we just run through what we do on a daily basis to run our reselling business.
We think these videos are helpful for us, so we wanted to make some for you, and hopefully you can watch them while you're listing.
That's right. So usually we start over here with Amy.
I'm on my tippy toes, just in case everyone wants to know.
We're going to turn this camera around and be right back.
So another strategy that I wanted to share with you today, A, it's quick listing, B, there's profit to be made, and C, if you're a beauty junkie like me, you can get your beauty products for free. So what I do is we order, this is the Allure box, but I order about 5 different boxes. And I think this one costs about 20 bucks a month, maybe 23. And there's always guaranteed to be 3 full-size products in here. So I go through this and I break down the cost. So this costs $24.90 with tax.
Okay.
And then I take all the stuff out of it that I don't want.
Right.
So in this case, today I've drafted 5 beauty items.
Okay.
I don't know, LMS, eye cream, this Louboutin perfume sample.
Very nice.
It's actually worth like 30 bucks on eBay.
Okay.
This full-size retinol serum. I know you guys, if you're a dude, you don't care about this, but maybe you do. Maybe you do. And this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, which is actually really popular. I don't use lip liner. It's great. Fine. Perfect. So I take all 5 items and I do drafts of them. And then for the cost of goods, I divide the $24.90 by the 5 things. Sometimes it's 4 things. Sometimes it's 7 things. It just depends on the box.
Sure.
And then I put $4.98 as the cost of goods. And I put it in the $24.90 comes out of our business account and goes into our spreadsheet as like a receipt.
Okay.
So like we bought it.
That makes sense.
Hi. So, and then I'm left with like the goodies. Like I'm going to keep this moisturizer, this eyeshadow palette, and these 2 sample creams. So, I mean, I feel like it's like win-win.
That's right.
And not all beauty boxes are good to do this with, but Allure seems to be pretty good. There's another one called Test Tube that's pretty great. BoxyCharm, there's some ways around that.
Yeah.
BoxyCharm is very saturated, but there is this way that you can buy add-ons, and some of those add-ons, if you're really strategic, can be great, and I can fill you in on those when that comes.
Right.
But anyway, so that's my tip for today. If you're into beauty, this is a way to get free beauty.
All right, and today is definitely a Monday, so we have about 30-something packages to ship out.
30 exactly.
30 exactly. Wow.
Let's go.
Let's get it done.
Okay.
Here you go. It's ready for you.
Thanks.
Oh,
we're still going.
we're still going.
Uh-oh, I didn't know. Look at all these bodies hiding in the closet. Okay. All right, we printing a pick list? What's happening?
We are printing a pick list.
Fantastico. Look at this creepy baby.
Why are all babies creepy?
No, just this one. Creepy.
And the last one we sold was pretty creepy too.
This sold immediately. We listed it, and then 2 minutes later it sold. It's because it's creepy. I probably listed it too low, but I didn't know.
All right, while that's printing, we actually made a sale on Tradesy.
What?
We did. Which is like, I saw the notification pop up on my phone. I was like, are we even still on that site?
You know, I logged in the other day. Maybe it kicked us back into gear.
Maybe
I logged in for our year-end numbers, and I was trying to do our bookkeeping.
So this is the thing we sold on Tradesy. This is a... Is this vintage?
It is.
It is. A vintage Coach bag.
Pretty much, unless it's bins, I only sell vintage Coach, and they look...
Oh man, this thing's in great shape.
It's in...
Ooh.
They look like this. They're very plain. They have chunky hardware. They don't have a lot of branding on them. We actually sold 2 vintage Coach purses this week.
Did.
Weird, right?
Whoa.
It was the week of the vintage Coach.
All right, we're going to put this guy into a poly and then right back into the box.
So USPS has polys. I saw a guy at the post office with one. I am intrigued.
Yeah, I couldn't find them on the website.
How do we find these? Leave us a comment below. They're like big, huge priority mail poly mailers. I saw it. And then Heidi mentioned it too. But we can't find them. Give us a link. Please help us. Because if you're shipping priority, you can use double priority supplies in one order. It's fine. As long as you're shipping it priority, which we are.
Come on. Huh?
So, yeah, you can priority box inside of a bag, etc., or vice versa. I watched a Lindy Glenn video where she told us all about it. Years ago.
There you go. All right. The pick list is printed. Ready to go.
This is Tradesy.
Tradesy stuff out of here.
Maybe I should cross list more to Tradesy. Do you guys do well with Tradesy?
It's supposed to be what? For more high-end stuff, right?
I mean, theoretically.
Theoretically.
But that vintage coach, it wasn't like high-end.
Right.
It's not like the real. It's
Oh
just,
man, you guys, we got a 3-page pick list.
oh, 3-pager.
That's how you know. It's going to be a busy day. Okay. What am I looking for? Pen. All right. First thing is the Simba hat, which we pre-pulled a couple of things.
That's a viewer sale. It's our first
Yes!
official viewer sale, unprompted. See, we've had some viewers, and we've mentioned them, that come and buy stuff from us directly, and that's great.
Yeah.
This person is our beloved Caitlin, and she just bought it from our eBay and then left us a comment. So cute. Oh, wait, I didn't get you grabbing it.
Oh.
Do the grab. People love it. This is another beauty box thing.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of money there, but a good conversion nonetheless.
All right. 1506 is over here. Oh man.
We need to get rid of these clothes.
Are you serious? Is it this tiny little bunny?
It is that tiny bunny. Y'all, check it out. It is the tiny bunny.
Tiny
the
bunny.
tiniest bunny.
Check. ASOS Sport Coat 4093.
We've been selling a lot in the 4090s. So we store our sport coats up here in the top. The boxes below that are shoes. And they're stored sequentially, so sometimes we have to kind of regroup and make space. Hold on, I'm coming around the corner. All right. Nice.
Okay.
Look at that. Expert level.
Expert level. That's right. I don't know why I'm grabbing these in order of the pick list. I'm sure there's a better way. But...
Definitely a better way.
23.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2396. These weird cuff things.
I can't believe those sold. That's awesome.
I know, right? The black ones. Are you kidding me? The elf heads on a stick sold?
They sure did. They sold for less than I wanted, but I just wanted to move stuff.
Those are right here. So these little shelves, we found those on Facebook Marketplace, and they're actually
Kumon.
they're Kumon. And that's like a
It's like a learning.
learning system or something.
Yeah, and so you put worksheets in these, and
Somebody had them and was selling them. We bought one, and it worked so well. We went back after a couple of months and bought the other two that he had. And as you can see,
we use them a lot.
we use them for all the smalls. Okay, 3717. I think this is from is this an estate sale thing?
I don't know
This
what you're
Eileen
talking
Fisher?
about. I believe it is, yes.
Yes, okay. Those are boots. All right, I'm just going to try
Yeah,
to...
do all the clothes.
Okay. 1852. That's an older one. There we go.
The whole thing is
Smash it.
moving.
I know, right? Okay. There's the other Coach bag. Shoes thing. Mug. $21.93. Crib quilt. You think that's in here?
No, I think it's probably in a...
Yeah, it's in a box. The tie is hanging with the ties.
I've been selling some ties.
American Girl, hoodie. That's in here with the clothes somewhere. $23.31.
Are you sure it's
No,
not tiny?
that's a bin.
Yeah, it's tiny.
$37.44. That's in here. $37.44. This guy. Okay.
That's a J. Crew. I love the J. Crew Liberty London. Wow, it sounded like I was drunk. J. Crew Liberty London collab.
There
It's
you
really
go. That's in a bin. Carhartt overalls. Those are up in a box, right? Yep. St. John tank top, $37.09. Love it. I love it when everything is right here. It means we listed good stuff all in a row.
Yep.
Okay, that is in the bin. Yeah, is that it? That's it. Okay, let me get this. 42 something. What was it? The Carhartt overalls, 42.40.
It should be down here.
Yeah, they should be. Yep. Right here. Okay. Let's go drop this stuff back off at the shipping station. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in real quick and let you know that the shipping and packing portion of the video did stretch out a little longer than we had anticipated. I did want to leave it all in there so you could see everything that we did pack up and ship. But we are going to go talk about our weekly numbers at the end of that segment. So feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to see the entirety of the shipping and packing. And I will put a link down below to where that portion of the video starts. Thanks. All right, we have everything pulled and ready to pack up and ship out of here. We didn't want to bore you showing you us just pulling the rest of this stuff because there was quite a bit, as you can see. So we're going to start with the Poshmark stuff since we have those labels already printed out and ready. Got this awesome pair of UGG boots. Look at those. Those are sweet.
They're in really good condition.
Yes, they are. Let's see. What did we pay for these guys?
$12.49.
Should I put them in a bag or just wrap?
Yeah, we should check them because they're suede.
Suede and whatnot.
We're out of tissue paper. We didn't get tissue paper this year. Normally we get our tissue paper at Costco.
Yeah.
During the holiday season, but we forgot.
We did.
So these are going to go in here, and then we'll put some padding in. We need to get some more packing paper, too. Somebody mentioned that in our comments. I was like, you right. We are out of packing paper.
Yep, sure are.
Somebody paid $93 for these UGG booties. This
Very
is
nice.
not the rule. I would definitely comp them. Now, there was a price on here that wouldn't come off, so here's your hot tip for today.
Hot tip!
Can you see that?
I got it.
Literally would not come off. I couldn't get it off or anything, so I just colored in the whole square.
There you go. That's what you do.
I didn't want to damage the shoe.
Yeah.
There it is. I think I got it off, but you could still see the outline of it, and I was like, ah, no. I don't think so.
Okay, those are in the box, ready to go.
Are they going to move around? Do we need some paper?
They might move around a little bit,
Okay,
but
let's put some paper in there. I'm gonna find some.
you know what? They're
They're wedged.
I mean, they're
Okay. I know it's just going to Plano. I know. Wedged.
they're they're good.
Okay. Everyone's screaming at their YouTube.
Hi.
Hey, put some packing paper. All right, I'm gonna order some. Okay, I'm gonna order it right now. Not right now. After this. And little boxes. Good Lord. We went on the hunt for little boxes. Thank you all for your tips, but it's not working out yet.
I'm going too early in the day/week. All the places I went to were like, come back later. I'm like, okay.
So this little guy is called Honker. He's from Sesame Street. He has a lot of lint. He picks up lint like crazy. But I got this because it says Tycho. It's a vintage Tycho situation. And these do normally pretty well, and he was an abnormal character. So if you get the ones that are kind of like the side characters, they're normally better.
Get in there, buddy.
That sold for, dang,
Poshmark, but I don't remember.
I think maybe 15.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But for that size, we probably paid 99 cents for it, and we knew it would convert, and it did convert very quickly. We have a thing that we call hashtag plush on Posh. It's crazy how much plush we sell on Poshmark. You never would think. So we try not to sell plush that's less than $35 unless we know it's a sure flip, and that one we knew would be, and it did. Yay.
Okay. Last Poshmark sale was this HSM gray sport coat.
HSM is Hart, Schaffner, and Marks. This is kind of a vintage one.
I think so, yeah.
Let me show you guys this label. There are fanatics for this brand, and they only wear this brand. So we pick it up, and then it takes a while to sell, but it does eventually sell.
Is this a... No, no.
Oh, we're out of those white ones? Somebody mentioned the bread bags, and yes, thank you for that comment. That's great. We've gotten them in the past. Yeah, we still have some.
Oh.
These are really good. The eBay poly mailers are really good. We are not shipping this in this poly mailer. We're just using it to protect it. Okay. All right, so those are all the Poshmark orders.
Yes.
Done. That was only 3.
I don't think we shipped our eBay orders from Friday, right? This is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday? The 26th or whatever it is.
Oh, no, we shipped on Friday. We definitely shipped on Friday.
I mean on Saturday. Friday's sales is what I mean.
I think we shipped well into the afternoon, so like half of Friday.
Okay.
But we did turn on the sale. That helped, because we hadn't sold a lot on Friday.
That's true.
Then we turned on a sale. We do a 15% off sale normally on the weekends. Some people do sales all the time, which I'm considering.
Yeah.
Because it does increase. I mean, we went from 0 to hero. I think we had like 2 sales, and then we went to 23 total sales, or 26. It was 26 total sales.
What is this? Oh, this is the J. Crew.
Yeah, let me show them this.
Yes, please do.
This is the J. Crew Liberty of London collab. Liberty of London is a fabric house, and it's out of England. And you can tell, oh man, we need some light right here. I got it kind of, but we definitely need to put a light on. Where's the, boom. Can you come up? Yeah, so it looks like that. And you can tell with these little ditzy flowers, little dainty flower prints is what Liberty is known for. We have sold dresses and shirts. This collab does very well. This sold for, I'm going to tell you once I find it. This is hard when there's like 3 pages.
Yeah, and we're going out of order, so.
So let's not do that because it's taking this longer.
Sorry. It's 5 ounces. Whenever
Well,
you
once I
find
find it. I'm looking. Okay. 5 ounces. I'm
Yes.
going to write it. And we sold that for $25.
Awesome.
Plus shipping. So around $30.
All right, what's the first thing I should be packing up? This
Where are your
hat right here?
Poshmark receipts? Where are your Poshmark receipts?
They're on the desk.
Okay.
Boom. Okay.
There's a secret present in there.
Secret
Don't show.
present.
Don't show. Don't show.
Sorry.
Our beloved viewer, Caitlin, we love you. We're sending you a secret present, so I'm shielding this.
But don't show the addresses either.
Oh, no, it's this side of the
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this
Need a little box for that.
is a Simba hat. Now I have a story about this, and it has a little tail on the back. I cannot leave these hats like this at the store. So when I was a kid, we were very, very poor, but we had family in Orlando. So somehow we always ended up, that's really big for this. Somehow we always ended up with a way to try the allure to get to Disney World. And I was always so jealous of the people with the hats, with the tails and the ears and the bill, the beaks and everything. I was like, oh man, but those hats are really expensive and I could never get one. So I always buy these thinking, what if a parent's like saving their last pennies and then they could give them this hat to say they're going to Disney World, and then they would already have a hat and it was cheaper.
Let me see if I can get that.
That's my heart. That's my heart talking right there. Seriously.
This box is pretty small, so I don't know if this is going to... No.
It looks like you almost had it.
Well, I don't want to like crush it. Is that gonna be okay?
I don't know. I can't see what you're doing.
Oh! It's the bill. It's fighting me. The bill's fighting me.
Okay. We are having the small box debacle. Okay, what about this small box? This one's way smaller than the one you were trying to put together. Do this one. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Do this one.
Do this one. Okay.
That one's way better.
Okay.
Your other box you were trying to put together was in one go.
Yeah.
So we went through our garage and pulled all the smallest boxes we could find, but there's still not enough.
Never enough.
Okay, I'm gonna start packing this up while Dan's doing that.
Perfect.
Yay!
Thank you. Teamwork.
Teamwork. Teamwork. Okay, so the next thing is this is from a subscription box. This is Good Science Beauty Skin Firming Cream. I don't know. I had it listed for 15 and took an offer for 10 because it was from a subscription box and I don't care. Since it's in a box already, I'm going to put it in a poly mailer. Yep, I'm doing it.
There you go. That's how you do it.
We have these little poly mailers. I love them. And they're bubble mailers is what I'm trying to say. Okay, that's 6 ounces. I'm going to write that here. Stick the ticket on it.
Stick the ticket.
Put it on the floor. Okay. This little baby bunny foo-foo is Kids of America. This is like a vintage situation. That tag. So we always look up these. This thing is super tiny. And so it's 8 inches. Kinda. It looks smaller than that. And it sold for $12.71. I think it was like $15. I'm gonna guess that this came in a junk bag because we would not have just purchased this little guy on its own. So
What's happening?
every time I try to talk, you do that.
Sorry.
So if I buy a junk bag and there's stuff that's in it that's worth like 15, I will list it. But I would not just buy this at the store on its own. Little guy, bye. He's going on a trip. Bring back something French. Yeah, I paid 40 cents for this. That's pretty good. Turned it into, I don't know, probably made 12 bucks on it.
Okay, sim ahead. Oh!
Better take something off of it.
I think we'll be okay there.
Okay. It was like just like a hair over a pound. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So this weighs 1.5 ounces, so we're going to round that up to 2 ounces.
So this top guy is 16 ounces. ASOS Sport Coat. Ready to go. Where's it going? Should we put it in a regional?
This is going to North Carolina, so maybe not.
Probably not.
This just comes from experience, kind of knowing where you live versus where other people live and what the rates are.
Okay. Excuse me. We'll put this in a poly for protection.
You know, ASOS, the suit jackets aren't that expensive retail, but they still hold their resale value pretty well because they're trendy. Look, this would look great with that.
Oh, that would.
So we do pick up ASOS if it's like a really good style, but not all ASOS. Okay. This one sold for, and it was a tweed. This one sold for $42.46 plus $12.99 shipping.
So yeah, about the $50-$55 mark with shipping is what I would expect for ASOS.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can find it, so that's good.
Okay. Size of this box is 12 by 3 by 14.
1 pound, 13 ounces.
Okay. All right, next is the black cuffed up thing.
These are like slap bracelets for your arms so that when you roll your shirt up, it'll stay up.
Yes.
They're very niche and weird, and I can't believe it sold.
I
So
know, right?
there we go. It sold for $14.
Wow. You want to hand me a little poly?
Like this, or a bubble. Is it long enough?
That won't fit. I need one of the bigger ones.
Are these all the same length?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very
Thank
big
you.
package. Somebody was saying to like tuck them so they don't get caught in a machine. I don't know. I'm listening to you guys. Thank you for your commentary, but I don't know.
It's
Depending on
weird.
which
Like
thing.
we've read both things. Sometimes they say you shouldn't.
If it's boxed in a bag, it has to look like a poly mailer.
Right.
That's what I know. But if it's just like this, can you roll it, and tape it? I would think so.
I would think so, but I don't know if that's. I mean, I think. Should I do it this way?
Yeah, maybe. Just fold it in half and tape it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, where's the elf heads? Okay,
Right here.
while you're doing that, these are some vintage elf heads. They're package toppers. I get this kind of stuff at estate sales. I love selling this stuff because it's weird and kooky and it sells very quickly. I had these listed for $25 and I actually sold them for $10 because we had them on sale and then somebody offered me $10 and I didn't have the original package. I have another set of these with the original packaging, so I think those will go for better. Look how creepy. Ooh. Let me see if you can see. Hello. Okay, and they have some windy pipe cleaners at the bottom of them, so you can attach them to your gifts. These are from the 50s. I'm gonna try to do a good job packaging these because I mean they only pay $10. See, I have to keep remembering that, you know, in my head. If someone pays $10 for something, like what are you expecting?
Right.
But also, I'm gonna leave some air in this. I'm also gonna put some cardboard in here. I saw Sabrina on Sabrina, what is it called?
Magical World of Thrifting.
Magical World of Thrifting. She was packing up some Barbie stuff, and she does what I do and put a little cardboard to keep them, you know, a little safe.
Kind of protected.
A little protection.
All right, while you're looking for that, I'm going to show people the next sale. This is from our estate sale haul. This is an Eileen Fisher. Most everybody knows what the Eileen Fisher tag looks like, but if you don't, there you go. This is an extra large Mandarin color popover shirt, and it's sold for $80. Yes,
Okay.
$80.
This cardboard is not my friend. I cannot get it into
Awesome.
the land of cardboard right now.
So if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, our estate sale haul stuff, we scored big at an estate sale. We got about 315 pieces. Is that right? 315 pieces of all really, really nice women's clothing. Like Eileen Fisher is like the bread and butter of it. And then there's also some much nicer stuff in there. So this is 6 ounces.
I get them. I'm dying. I can't get any cardboard. Is there any cardboard over here?
Very little. Not really, no.
We're just gonna have to hope this works.
Let's see. Oh, the Crocs boots. Those sold pretty quick.
They did. These are bins. Are they bins? Or something. Or something cheap. I think they were bins.
Might have been bins.
I've never seen Crocs as boots. Oh, lost the end of the tape.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Worst.
Probably my fault, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just a warning this time.
Yeah, these were These were 99 cents. I can't believe we bought these for 99 cents.
They're from the bins.
Wow.
I mean, it's Crocs, so I was like, they're kind of trendy. I don't know about the boots, but...
Yeah.
Where'd the elf heads? Okay, these elf heads are 2 ounces.
So this is what these Crocs boots look like. Those are pretty sweet. They're really nice. Soft suede. Soles look like they're brand new.
Kind of remind me of Ugg boots.
They do, kind of, yeah.
There was no great comps for them, so we priced them at 50 or 60 or something.
Should I toss each one of these into a poly?
We just have just 2 bags.
Will they fit in those Ziplocs?
Oh, they're huge.
They're huge, yeah.
Okay. I need to get some more of these cheapos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now we only have 1.
Oh, no. This is the kind of stuff too, like these are the little hidden things that chip away at your profits.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'll be honest, we probably don't do a good job of accounting that either.
What, for expenses? Oh,
Yeah.
I do. Oh, honey, I
you
do. I am the bookkeeper. It is something that is not in my nature, but I have to do it for our business. That's a tip to you. Even
Hot
if it's not
tip.
in your nature, do it. So I have printed out all the Amazon receipts. I try not to buy anything off of anywhere else but Amazon. I know that's not the greatest, but then all my receipts are at least in one place. And I buy them all on our business card. So at the end of the year, I know our expenses. I also buy poly mailers when they're on super, super sale. So don't wait till you're out, says me who has one left. Really?
Don't.
Really?
Really? Okay, these are in a regional B box.
Reg B. And they're going to Golden, Colorado.
Oh, they're going home.
So we like, is that where Crocs are from?
Crocs are from Boulder, Colorado.
What?
I didn't know that until I saw it on the bottom of the shoe just now.
Oh. Colorado's like kind of straight up from us, so regional is a good choice. Alright, the next thing is the Skillcraft Life-Size Human Skull Anatomy Kit from 1992. We bought this at the bins for 74 cents. And it's exactly what it says it is.
Yeah.
So I am going to fight you on this.
Right.
I am so here's the we as a team never fight, but we do bicker about this kind of a thing.
Right.
If it's in a box, I want the box to be preserved. Dan's like, it's in a box, throw it in a poly. What would you do? Comment below, Team Dan or Team Amy. If it's already in a box.
Come on, Team Poly Bag.
And I'm like, Team If you take a pic, this is my theory. I'm going to plead my case. If you take a picture of the box as it is, and then they buy it, the box should get to them looking the same way. Dan's like, nah. That is a very large box for such a thing.
Well, I will cut it down to half its size.
Okay.
So that I can demonstrate my favorite tool ever.
You love it.
This thing, it really is. It's amazing. So we'll do a quick tutorial. If you don't know how this thing works. So what I'm doing, can you see?
I can see.
Okay. I'm going to remove all of this empty space right here so that I can close the box and it will fold down right on top. So what I do with this thing is I set this right on top of my product here, and then I set the guide so that it stops with the top of the box where this is. And then you just run this thing all the way around all 4 sides of your box. Like so, and then you've got a nice new perforation all the way around the inside.
It's called a box resizer, and you can purchase them for next to nothing on
Yes,
Amazon.
we have it linked in the description below.
Next to nothing.
Next step, grab yourself a razor knife, box cutter, and you're going to cut down the corner, in the corner of the box, down to the perforation you just made.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to get started on the next thing. Okay, this is an English laundry dress shirt. This brand used to do better for us than it does now. It's sort of like,
sort of fizzled a little bit.
What's that brand called? Robert Graham. That used to do much better for us as well. This has a ring around the collar. I'm wondering if we disclose that.
This
was an older listing and we weren't so good.
We were not so best.
So, yeah, it's pretty bad too. I'm gonna check this, okay? I'm gonna check the listing and see what it says. We do self-log things from time to time.
Because what?
I said we do self-log things.
Yeah.
If we mark it as such.
Yeah.
I'm gonna email this one.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to do it.
Okay. So we do have a lot of extra of these flaps here, so I'm going to cut these off on this side.
eBay yesterday.
That's always fun.
But they have like feedback from January 2nd.
That's strange.
I don't get it. Contact.
Okay. See? And then we're able to fold it down and tape it like that. Much better.
Significant yellowing around the collar.
Okay. This thing in the box weighs 1 pound, 8 ounces. It's 12 by 9.
Do I need to add a photo or should I just...
Yeah, just send it. I wouldn't...
It said, I was packing up your order and noticed significant yellowing around the collar. I'm not sure what call is this, but I wanted to let you know before sending it out. Would you like to cancel?
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, I guess that's a lesson that we could talk about because people are working and they need to hear lessons.
Well, that's true. That's true.
We could just send this out, but we're going to get a return on it. Like, we did a bad thing. We listed this, or maybe in storage this stuff just surfaced because I looked at the pictures and they don't look this bad. I'm not sure what happened, but what we always do is try to message the buyer, ask him if they want to cancel. Odds are he will. One time we didn't hear back from the buyer, and we had to ship because we have same-day shipping, and so we sent them a better something. So if we had another English laundry shirt like this, we would send them another one and then refund their money.
Yeah.
So we would do the right thing, not charge them, and they really seemed to be happy with that outcome. But we'll see if he responds. Okay.
Yeah, communication really is key. I mean, people on eBay really appreciate good communication. And it'll usually help you resolve things.
They understand. Things happen.
Yeah.
We won't get a ding on our account because I said, would you like to cancel? And that's another thing that you have to make sure that your verbiage is correct. If I canceled it because there was yellowing on it, then we would get a ding. Okay, so this is Scratchy from Itchy and Scratchy. Like I said, we don't pick up plush that's not worth $35 unless it's it's like this. I saw this in a junk bag. It's very tiny. But you know, it's from The Simpsons.
Okay. Here, what is this other? Oh, it doesn't matter. This other Coach bag is in a regional A box.
Okay. It's going to Kentucky.
All right. Actually to Kentucky or international?
International.
Kentucky. Okay. What's next for me to pack up?
The Fit Flops.
Fit flops. Fit flop flip flops.
Should I try to clean this again?
No.
White unstuffed animals is so hard to keep clean. This thing is from only 2017. It looks like it's from the 90s.
These fit into this padded really nice, so I should just ship them in here, huh?
There's a debate on the internet about that.
There is.
People think it's gonna get crushed.
Crushed. Okay.
Like the heels or something, people are all about the shoes getting crushed. So I don't think you should do that.
Okay.
The internet says don't do that.
Okay.
But you could put a box inside this poly if we had one that was appropriately sized.
Right, but we don't.
Right. And this is going to California, so regional is not going to be your friend there.
No, it's not.
Some people say they put sandals in these. If you did...
I mean, with the soles being flat like they are, I think we'd be okay. What happened there?
No. Price still on it, it's fine.
It's not.
I don't know if it's a price.
It's
Oh,
not.
we've
It's
got
just a
two.
Z. I just want to carve a little Z in your forehead. What's wrong with that?
What? Oh my god. I have to clean this thing again. I'm like obsessed with it.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Don't do it.
Why?
Because it's not worth it. That's how it is in the pictures, and it's only what, $15?
Yeah.
Don't waste your time on it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will listen to you this time,
Thank you.
but not all the times.
Okay, we grab a paper towel to wipe this off with.
So if that guy doesn't get back to us about the English laundry shirt, I think what we should do is
Should
mail
I
him.
stretch them? So they don't.
I would put something between them so they don't like. I do think they shouldn't be scratching around.
Okay, yeah, because of the glitter, especially.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cardboard or something. Where'd you get that cardboard? I needed that. Dang
From
it.
the box that I just
Dang
made.
it.
Yeah, there we go.
I would still like put some stretch. Or do you want to
Where's my stretch? Son
It's
of
right
a.
here. Right in front of your face.
Hey.
4 ounces. Okay. The next thing, I'll explain it, but I'm gonna have Dan wrap it up. Lord, just help us. So we just got this. You saw it at the Goodwill.
Yeah.
It was in our video last week.
What, on Friday? Thursday?
The very recent one. I don't know.
I think it was Thursday.
This sold the day that we listed it. It's Ray done. And I was telling you guys, I always pick up the stuff that's the typeset. Upon researching this, I didn't research it because Dan was at the register. But upon researching it, it's not worth that much. So I priced it. There was about 6 of these listed. And I priced it right under all 6 of them. Because I realized that the lowest price one had 6 watchers. And so I knew that if I priced it under that one of those watchers would probably get an alert and buy it. And they did.
Nice. Good strategy.
It is. Did you weigh those?
They're in a flat rate.
Padded flat rate?
Yep.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks.
So look for that typeset stuff. Not all of it's crazy money, but for the most part, the typeset, instead of like the squiggly handwriting, is better, in my opinion. So this sold for $25.46. And they paid a hefty amount for shipping, I think. Okay, let me help you.
I'm going to have to get a new roll of Little Bubble. Because we only have Big Bubble.
I think big's good.
Yeah? Yeah, you're right.
Big is great.
Oh, look at that box. That might be a little too large.
Too large.
A little too large.
Gold F. This one, I'm wondering if it's tall enough.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Huge though.
It's
No,
huge.
Too big. Okay. We're like Goldilocks and the Three Bears in right now. It's pretty tall. This one's too short, right?
Probably.
That's too short.
Like it's like perfect.
Oh, good.
It's that same issue. We won't be able to wrap top and bottom, so it's not perfect.
You say perfect, but you do not mean it.
Correct. Okay.
I'm going.
Going into box world.
Okay, this one's super long. What about this Amazon though? See about this? I know it's too wide, but like everything's gonna be too wide.
Yeah, no. We need, I mean, with the amount of wrapping this thing's gonna get, you know, something a little squarer would probably be better.
Well, I mean, ideally, yeah. Okay, hold on.
Because especially with this big bubble, you know, it's going to, it's gonna add some. All right.
I don't know. What about this one?
It's possible.
Huh?
Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
I just don't know because, like I said, this large bubble is large.
Then use small bubble. We have small.
This one might work with this.
So what the internet's going to tell you to do, I read these comments and I take them to heart.
No.
The internet's going to tell you wrap that in small bubble and put it in this box. That's what the internet's going to say.
All right.
Tell me if I'm right, you guys. We need some more commentary below. I feel like y'all are wealth of knowledge. Oh, I thought we had small.
Nope, I gotta go get it.
Okay, I'm going to keep packing. This will fit in here though, right? So y'all think we should put it in this box, don't you? And then put this in another box. Okay, I hear you. Anyway, they paid a lot for shipping, so it should be okay. The next thing is a coffee mug. I'm going to skip that. Lord help us with the boxes. The vintage baby quilt. I love selling these things. I will pick up vintage sheets and baby quilts all day. Oh, I wish I could show you this. I can't. It's beautiful, though. It's like a rainbow and a sunshine as a baby quilt. The Dan's expertly shrink wrap this. Okay, so this is going to... This sold for $35. It's going to New York, New York. So this person has bought from us before. Because I know where this apartment is, and she's bought from... This is a repeat buyer. Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Yep. And it's probably because I sell vintage baby stuff all the time. So, I wonder if this will fit in a PFR.
That's code for padded flat rate.
Let's see. You know, these things stretch a little bit. Some people will be like, you can use a hair dryer.
That's a great idea, though, to heat it up, give it a little more stretch.
And they cut a slit in the bottom of it so like the air doesn't...
How's that? Is that wrapped well enough?
I mean, you gotta put some in the middle and the inside, probably. And then you gotta pack all around it.
Yeah, do I need to put something on the
I
inside?
don't know, I feel like you should put something on the inside. No?
Okay.
I don't know, it doesn't cave in or something. I do not know. Y'all, they don't have like how to ship things classes that you have to pass before you do eBay.
That's true,
They should have like shipping ed. We're all just learning as we go, and that's the fact of the matter. Okay, this is illegal what I'm doing. I can't do this. But I wanted to show you why. I figured I'm already here, so I might as well show you. So I could like bridge this gap with some tape, but that's not, it's illegal. The flap has to be able to close on its own. to go. And this will not. But it was worth a valiant try.
It was.
Okay, let's see how much this baby weighs.
I am stretch wrap cocooning, as you can see.
Okay, it weighs over a pound. They paid $35 for it. I could put it in a poly. It is wrapped up really well.
It is a blanket.
It's a blanket. I'm gonna put it in a poly. Y'all, I'm putting something in a poly.
I can't believe it.
This never happens. I'm gonna use one of our thick eBay polys. We get these from the coupon at our store. I'm gonna put a little cardboard at the top of it though, because sometimes people cut in to get into the poly. Dan would never even do this ever in his life. But I am such a worry.
Stop throwing me under the bus,
No, I'm
man.
just trying to show how different we are. Because you would never, you'd be like, open the package correctly. Yeah.
You're right. You are right.
Squeezing it in here sideways.
If you had your way, you would put like a line on it. Cut here
Yes.
to not damage.
So at the end of this video, if we ever make it there,
Yeah, right?
we are going to tell you what we made this week in our what sold fashion. Okay, so this is gone to here. Maybe if I just leave like a, you know, like a place for them to cut. I think that's what I'm gonna do. See, this will give them like a, they can just chop it right there.
Yep.
Okay, so this poly mailer, now here's the other thing I don't know. What do I do with the ticket?
No, see, this is not going to fit into this box anymore.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Where's this thing going?
California.
Oh.
Ontario, California, which is very confusing. Because it's CA. It's very, very confusing.
Let me see.
Okay, so when it's in a poly like this, I'm supposed to measure the poly, but I used a poly that was way bigger than I needed it to be. What's the answer?
You have to measure the poly in full. If that's what you're asking.
So should I have used a smaller one? Son of a...
Oh, you know what? It's never come back to bite me. I always measure it like it is like this. So I would call that 11 by 14.
Okay. Because technically this is the flap.
Yeah.
Like we're not trying to get away with anything.
Getting away with it.
1 pound, 4 ounces. I feel like freaking amateur hour today.
I mean, it is, you know, it is a Monday, and we actually did take a day off yesterday.
Ah, that's crazy. All right, you have some weird way you do ties, so I'll skip that.
Thank you.
Okay, this American Girl hoodie. I just bought this, and I got it at the bins for 74 cents.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Wait, that's going in another box, right?
What?
Box in a box.
But
No?
no. What about that, mate? That's so huge. Man.
You sure it doesn't fit in that square one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we need boxes. Send help. Okay, so I got this American Girl hoodie for a doll, not a person. This is going international. It's crazy. I just picked this up at the bins. And we did an average cost of goods, so it cost 74 cents. And it sold overnight. This American Girl clothes, don't sleep on it. I mean, really, don't sleep on it. I'm gonna save this bag. Yeah, this is going international. Nuts. So I'm gonna put it in a poly and then in a bubble mailer. Going international. I just don't want anything to happen to it on its journey. been listing a lot of stuff that's selling overnight recently, and that's a good sign. I mean, this thing sold, I didn't tell you, but it sold for, I guess I took an offer. It sold for $10. And it was a conversion. Those overnight things, I think a lot of these sales that came after it were probably because we have an overnight conversion. Ow. Can you even measure this? 1.7 ounces, so 2 ounces. Good Lord. Okay, the other thing we sold is this link. And I am going to put this in a box because someone paid $75 for this.
I can't believe that. I don't even know what that is.
It's like a link from Zelda on a amiibo. But I don't know. Somebody's probably trying to correct me. I don't know. I got it at the bins. If it looks nerdy, this is my rule of thumb. If it looks like nerdy, kind of like dragons and wolves and stuff like that, I just get it.
Okay, you want to put this guy on the scale here
Yeah,
for
go
me?
ahead.
Okay, 3 pounds, 1 ounce.
Ugh.
3 pounds, 1 ounce. And it's 10 by 10 by 12.
So that equals 32, so we don't have to get into the dimensional conversation again today. Yay!
Yay.
Okay, I need a tiny box for his link.
Here you go, tiny box. Tiny box for the link, tiny box for the tie.
So we do have these eBay tiny boxes, but they're not great for most things. We got them for coffee mugs, and then none of the coffee mugs fit. It's perfect. It's like origamis.
Here.
Yeah, you do it, and then give it to me. Yeah. Thanks. Perfect. So I'm going to wrap this guy in a bunch of bubble wrap. And because of his price, $75. We need to bring those bubble pockets. Okay, this might have been overkill.
Overkill.
Jeez, well, just ask. I will move.
That's what I said.
Promise.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but like as you were moving me. That's fine. All right. I'm gonna package this guy up with a little thank you sticker. Thank you. See how? Oh, where are my thank yous? I got this at the bins. It was like in a bin. So if it weighs nothing, I'm just going to take a chance on it. I mean, we don't comp things at the bins for the most part, unless it's heavy.
Yeah.
Wedges in there.
Wedge it.
For the top. Boxes don't really go together. You're like, eh.
Exactly.
Double taping it. Our goal this week is to get boxes.
To get what?
Boxes.
I know.
As many as we can. Oh man, I was trying to beat you.
Haha. 6 ounces for the suit supply tie.
Suit Supply tie. Great brand. You didn't even tell them about it. 6 ounces. Great brand. Good sell-through rate.
Yes.
That tie sold for $17. We had it listed for $25, but like I said, we're not a storage unit. We've been taking offers. Bring it on. Okay, Link weighs 6 ounces.
Excuse me.
The Bose mug is next.
Oh Lord.
Uh-huh.
Oh Lord.
I don't even want to think about it. Okay, and then, oh gosh, we have all the things that are really hard to pack today.
Yep.
Why is it always on Mondays?
It does feel like that, doesn't it?
We've really stopped selling coffee mugs for the most part because they're so, oh, this thing is very long. I was mistaken. Thought it ended there. It did not end there. How much does that coffee mug weigh?
I don't know yet.
We're gonna have to send that in a priority because I have nothing.
Okay.
I also have nothing for this bag. Why am I stuck? We're wrapping it.
Yep.
No, I need it for this guy. Stop stealing. Oh my gosh, there's a bug in there.
What?
There's a bug. I see it moving.
Oh yeah.
Get that bug.
I'll get it.
It's not a bed bug. Do not fret. Oh, I think it. See, it's in the corner. Oh gosh.
I got it.
Did you get its guts?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. Where's it? I need it. There's still bug guts.
Oh no.
We care about our customers. I will scrape the bug guts out. I don't know if that was bug guts. We'll send.
This is not gonna work in this guy, is it? Oh, it might. Wait.
That's the one I was thinking. Okay, that's a Bose coffee mug, and it's sold for $10. We're just clearing out coffee mugs.
Yes! Yes!
We hate them. We're clearing them out. Goodbye. We will not miss you. Okay, this thing comes out of here.
Yes. Yeah, it's supposed to.
Should I take it out to ship it or try to...
I would try to keep it all together.
Okay, I'm gonna let you... Okay, well, it fits in the box.
Perfect.
Got that for you.
Thank you.
We're almost done with this whole page. We're
Okay.
rounding it out here, you guys. We're
Bose
almost
mug.
done.
1 pound, 10 ounces.
And this is a
7 by 7 by 6.
7 by 7 by 6. Bose coffee mug, $10. Goodbye. They probably paid $9 for shipping, not gonna lie, but I'm over it. I'm not doing it anymore. Unless it's like, you know, a rare $100 one.
Which, you know, they do exist.
Yeah. Okay, what he's wrapping up right now is a video graphics card or something.
It's a sort of.
Asus OC Panel Republic of Gamers graphics card overlocking panel. That's what it is. I don't know. But somebody paid $25 for it, and we were happy to take that because it's been here a long time. What am I going to put this bitty baby in? Oh, God. Bitty baby. I'm gonna leave that because I use that box. Okay, Dan's bubble wrapping that. We have some, I'm going to do this St. John's. This is a ribbed shell tank top. This brand does pretty good. Again, we got a bunch of it at an estate sale. Just check it for flaws because it is that. This is the gold or the yellow. This is the St. John's Sport logo. If you weren't aware.
I was not.
Well, now you are. Okay, this sold for... I actually know who this is going to.
Really?
Yeah.
1 pound 7 ounces on the overclocking pound.
1 pound 7 ounces.
8 by 8 by 4.
8 by 8 by 4.
You actually know the person this is going to?
I do. I absolutely do. I taught both of her children.
That is hilarious.
Funny.
You should write a note.
No, I can't. I'm too embarrassed. I have had many a parent-teacher conferences with this lady.
Oh, that's so weird.
Okay, so that sold for $35, which is about right on par for what I would expect. Let's see how much this guy weighs. 9 ounces. So I am going to put it in a poly because it's double protected. And that way, you know.
Yeah.
If they cut into it, they'll cut the bag and not the garment. I'll put a thank you sticker.
There you go.
I mean, oh my god, how embarrassing. Do you get embarrassed that you sell online? Because I do. I still do.
You shouldn't be embarrassed. We did very well last year.
But I still get embarrassed. Not by this lady's standards, let me tell you what. Thank you. Hey. This has never happened where I know the person like randomly ordered from my store. Oh, so awkward. Maybe it wasn't random. I am friends with her on Facebook.
Right?
Okay. Oh, I need to weigh this with the poly. Yeah, 10 ounces. Okay, these little guys came in a junk bag, and this is similar to the Mario we sold last week. I list them if they're worth something, and if they're not, I lot them up to make them worth a little bit more. And these two guys sold for $10 plus shipping. All of the time when I say $10, it's plus at least $4.99 shipping. That's our regular rate for first class. We put a little bubble wrap on these guys.
Little bubble.
I think you should put, I know you didn't ask me for my opinion, but you know, I think you should put the cardboard on top of that. The open hole area.
Sure.
So he's wrapping up, you didn't tell the people.
Oh.
He forgot about you guys.
Forgot. This is Department 56. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice.
And it's like a little snow village. We don't buy them unless they come in their original packaging. But this one didn't have the top to the original packaging, which is still okay.
Yeah.
Did you put something in it though?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, this is the
Cool.
elf
So
village or something.
Okay,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I'm not Batman and Superman. They were going on a super trip together. They're getting sandwiched.
Loving it.
Yeah. You know, people love superheroes.
It's true.
So I just...
This is what we're going to be the longest video of all time.
We're going to have to decide what we keep and what we don't. Mondays are just long.
People want to see the reality.
You're right.
This is the reality. It is time consuming.
Yeah, and if we don't... What do I do with their... Okay, there it is. If we don't speed it up, you really get the... That's how long it takes.
Yeah, right.
And we don't have any electronics today. Normally there's electronics. Okay.
Okay.
We're almost done.
So just need a box for this guy.
Oh, I have that square box. I was gonna see if it's just a little tiny.
Yeah.
Like, is it? Yeah. It is taller. No, the other way. No, the other way. Yeah. No?
Nope. No.
Well, it's gonna go priority anyway, so.
I need that guy probably.
Yeah, I don't think he's tall enough.
Where's he going? Where's this guy going?
I'll tell you. Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Tall enough? This is the biggest box. You got confused.
Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah, it looked like it was a different box. But it's not. And one of those priorities won't work? Was that? No.
No.
Way.
No way.
No way, Jose. Holly. Joke. That was a joke.
Right?
You're gonna have to find a priority box for that, because like that one or something. It's not tall enough.
No, it's nothing. It's like 10 by 10 by 10. So I might have to go back out into the garage.
This is ridiculous.
Sorry.
This is like the thing that slows us down more than anything.
Ugh.
Where's that little box? I'm gonna put this baby in it. Baby in a box. Okay, this is the size boxes that are really good. This from our neighbor. It's just not quite big enough for this Department 56, but I think this little baby's gonna fit in it. 8 by 8 by 8. That's the kind of box I need to get. 8 by 8 by 8. Gotta remember that. Okay, I'll have Dan tape this up afterward. So this is an American Girl Bitty Baby. This sold, I think, 3 minutes after I listed it, so who knows if I listed it too low. But I did comp it. I think it's the color combination. There was none with blonde molded hair and green eyes. And so that makes a difference. So somebody was probably looking for this combination, and then I just listed it, and then they bought it immediately. Oh my gosh, I want to clean this dress so bad. Dan's gonna say nope. Okay, you're going for putting a baby in a plastic bag. This feels wrong. Feels a little wrong, y'all. Like, not even. Okay, she's just gonna get bubble wrapped. Feels kind of wrong too. Gonna tape up the sides. Going for a little ride. Basically making like a little bubble pouch. I know you can't see, but that's what I'm doing. So that she's protected. Uh-oh, her arm's coming out. She's trying to escape. So I got this at the bins for $1. A lot of people don't pick up the infants of American Girl because they don't recognize them. If this was an American Girl doll, like, you know, the older ones, no way would it have been there still. I can't use the tape gun. The desk is too high. So I have to, don't ask. So I have to tape it like a million times. What? I know.
Just 30 things.
I know.
I might have to repack this just because I don't know what this is.
Okay, so this is the American Girl Bitty Baby.
Bitty Baby.
Their clothes go for a lot if you ever find the Bitty Baby clothes.
Okay,
And that is
gonna work.
1 pound, 9 ounces. 8 by 8 by 8.
Okay. The Department 56. Size of the box is 13 by 11 by 8.
13 by 11 by what?
8.
I need the Carhartt. Okay, where's this going? Regional A. The Carhartt overalls are going to Santa Ana, Texas. I'm just gonna leave them in here.
Yeah, regional A, that'll be the absolute cheapest way.
But like, should I put them in? I mean, they're Carhartt, right?
Right.
They should be able
Don't
to get
even.
wet. Don't even do it, Dan
Don't even
says.
do it.
I'm gonna tape the box shut. Make sure it doesn't come open because it's heavy. These are heavy, so original is great, and the fact that it is. So sometimes when we're taking offers, we kind of like look at where it's going, because that'll be like, oh, we could put those heavy overalls in a regional A since it's going to Texas, and then we'll take a lower offer. So keep that in mind. I'll put that money away. Yeah, the one was 3 pounds. So, but the ticket's on outside. Okay, this is the last one, except for that guy's shirt. Okay. Figure that guy out. Let me see if he's messaged us. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour.
Oh my god. Department 56. Where is it? There it is. 2 pounds, 9 ounces. All right, let's get these labels printed and...
I'm still trying to figure out what to do about the guy. What should we do about the guy?
I mean... Let me see. It's got to ship out today, so we just got to print the label and then maybe it's Allen, Texas. The guy's local.
So it's a dress shirt, 16, 34, 35. What size is that?
It's like large, extra large.
So what are you going to print it as, a flat rate envelope? That's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to print this label as a flat rate envelope. This is a little bit of a tip, but probably you shouldn't do it all the time. If you print the label, it buys you a little bit of time. And we've done this before when we're waiting to hear back from a buyer. So eBay doesn't know that you haven't dropped it off at the post office. If he gets back to us tonight, we'll either A, cancel it, and then we'll refund the label, or we'll B, send him something else from our inventory. If he gets back to us. If he doesn't, then we're just gonna have to ship him something first thing in the morning. Something has to go. And we've done this before, maybe 3 times. It's not ideal, but we'd rather not send a flawed.
What does the shirt weigh? I don't have to do a flat rate. I can just do a 12 ounce.
Okay, let me just weigh it. Hold on. That's true. I didn't think about that. It's it'll be probably 11 ounces. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this stuff up here, and we're gonna put labels on it. And you're doing this on eBay, you're not doing pirate ship. We're gonna try pirate ship one day this week, but this is like a big day.
Yeah, I told somebody I would do it.
We're gonna do pirate ship only one day this week and see, because we do have it linked. We've tried it before. It's just normally the same price for us, but we're gonna try it. People keep telling us, so we're gonna do it. We hear you. Oh my gosh, we're like out of room. This is crazy.
I know.
This is the reality though when you start selling a lot of things. This is what it looks like. It's not that fun. Okay, I'm gonna put the big ones on the bottom here, so I can spread these out. Okay, so I put all the boxes there. I'm gonna put these here. Kind of just spreading everything out so I can find them.
Wow. $180 in shipping.
Yikes. But like I told you guys before, we don't do free shipping for the most part. So all of that's being paid by buyers. That's why we don't do free shipping, because look at that. That's $180 that would come off our profits. I know you can adjust the price of your goods, but sometimes we just want to clear things out, and knowing that the shipping is covered allows us a lot more flexibility in accepting offers, if you know what I mean.
All right, you ready?
No. Yes, I'm ready. Who's gonna make it to the end of the video to see our numbers?
Nobody. Oh, that's the Simba hat.
It's fine. We'll figure this out.
Who's over there?
This is going to Caitlin.
Good science. There's a little bunny. Pesos. Cuffed up. Elf heads.
These are vintage and they're from Japan, so just don't laugh. I really could have gotten more for them, but we're full. We're just full. So profit is profit. Because what if no one ever put another offer in until next Christmas season?
Eileen Fisher.
Huh?
Eileen Fisher pop over.
This is the Mandarin collar popover. Okay, because we have 2 Eileen Fishers, so just wanted to make sure of that.
Croc boots.
What does it say?
Crocs
No.
boots. Right there.
This one, okay.
Oh. Skull model.
Skull. Everything's going priority today, huh?
Yeah. Well, not everything. English laundry shirt. Waiting.
Oh, waiting.
Waiting. Brown Coach bag. $42.29.
Brown.
Scratchy. Flip flops. Ah, no.
Why? Why you gotta be like that, guy?
Okay, the Ray Dunn. No, big top, the one your elbows on. Okay, Rose coffee mug. Captain. Okay, the baby quilt. Super tie.
Tie?
Yes. American Girl hoodie. J. Crew. Full top. Department 56. Bitty Baby.
Where did I put the bitty baby in this? I gotta cover up all this crazy town. Do you have can I have an extra label?
What do you need to cover up? Okay. Yeah. Okay, the
Excuse me.
Zelda thing. Okay, the Asus thing.
So what?
Asus overclocking thing. Okay, Carhartt overalls.
Being attacked.
Oh no.
I hate that. That was a good deal on those because
Yeah.
3 pounds.
St. John tank. Going to your friend.
Awkward. Never not gonna be awkward.
And the Batman and Superman. Good Lord, that's a lot of stuff. But we did it. We did it.
Except for one, we're still waiting.
Yeah.
So while Dan is taking that stuff to the post office, I am going to do the bookkeeping and report back to you guys on how much we made this week. I think our numbers are pretty good.
And another hot tip. Hot tip!
Uh-oh.
If you are sending a bunch of stuff like we are, be nice to your... If you don't want to scan everything in yourself at the self-service kiosk, your postal clerk will greatly appreciate you printing out the scan form from eBay. If you don't know how to do that, I can show you guys exactly where that's done in the next video. But they will love you if you hand them this. It will receive scan all of your packages with one barcode.
Love it. Okay.
So yeah, it's time to go to the post office.
See you in a bit.
Here's today's moment with Mojo. Time to go to the post office, buddy. Say bye. Good boy. So there's what 30 outgoing packages and some inventory boxes that are going to members of our Facebook group look like. 6 IKEA bags filled to the brim on a dolly.
I'm putting our numbers into Vendu. I do this every single day.
So this is what our receipts look like when they're filled out. Boom.
Don't look at the addresses.
No, you can't see that.
Okay. So I go in and fill in all the information from our eBay transactions tab, and then I look for the item. So I'll do this as an example, Kids of America. Not a great example since we didn't make a lot of money on it, but I go to eBay and then I go mark as sold, and it's going to delist it from Mercari and Poshmark where it's listed. So we sold it for $17.70. That's including shipping. We paid 43 cents for it. The marketplace fees were $2.53. I get this off of the transactions tab on eBay. And I include the promotional, if we did a promoted listing there.
Right.
And then we paid $3.48 for shipping. And then I mark it as sold. And then it delists from these other.
Okay.
And then I'm able to look up here and see that we made $11.26 on that little thing.
That's awesome. See, this is actually, we really use Vendu almost more for this analytics feature than for the cross-listing capabilities.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the cross-listing capability is the main selling point, main feature of Vendu, and it does work great at that, but we love this analytics feature. So let's...
Okay, I'm almost to the last one. Simba hat.
The Simba hat.
Simba.
This was a viewer sale, our first ever.
Yay. Okay, so we go mark sold. It's going to delist it from Poshmark. And so we sold this for $18.55.
Whoa.
Whoa. With shipping, and we paid 95 cents for it. And marketplace fees were $2.61, and shipping was $5.96. 903 profit.
So we made a profit of 903.
That goes into our bank because the fees are taken out and the cost of goods. Okay, now here's the end of the week.
The end of the week. Uh-oh.
So we're going to go and look. So some of the things that I did were sold today. So we're going to count those in the week. I don't double count Monday.
Yeah.
So when they sell tomorrow, from now on until tomorrow, I'll mark it as tomorrow is the date.
I see.
So we go here to analytics.
Here, let me show the people what we're doing.
So then I'm going to go to custom and mark this from Monday to Monday.
There we go. All right.
And that's as easy as it gets. We sold 62 items and we have a total sales of $28.08 and we profited $18.23. which is good.
That's pretty good.
We're always trying to break 2,000 over here, but we can't seem to make that a weekly thing. Our average sale price is right in line with what it was. See, I like how it compares to last week.
Yeah.
This says number of listed items. This is how many I cross-listed.
I see.
We list 20 a day, so it doesn't take that into account. And then you can look here to see our top. It's always clothing is our top selling, but toys is coming in and collectibles. This is likely those little action figures and plush dolls and bears. I mean,
yeah,
it's what you see us ship. We profit the most on eBay. This is Poshmark and Tradesy.
Right, we had one Tradesy sale.
Yeah. It just gives you a lot of great things. You can also export all this information into an Excel, which I have done. And it's a CSV file, and it's really helpful for taxes.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's our end of the week. So far for this year, I like to do year to date when it's in January. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
We sold 68, 3,000 in revenue because that coffee machine was in the first couple days.
Yeah, and we have another one of those sitting in unpaids in eBay at the moment.
So those are really good sales. Look at how close we are to 2,000 profit. Come on.
Oh, man, so close.
All right, you guys, have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.